call this the loom of fate. After today, you will never set foot in here again.
Why not?
Because like an apostle, your task is not to interpret, but to deliver. Every culture in history has a secret code, one you won't find in traditional texts. 1,000 years ago, a clan of weavers discovered a mystical language hidden in the fabric. They called themselves the Fraternity.
I'll be honest with you, all I see are threads.
Come here. Look there. You see that one thread that missed the weave and lies on top of the others?
Like a mistake?
No, it's a code. If the vertical thread is on top, it's a 1. If it's below, it's a 0.
Binary code? What does it say?
It's a name. A target.
Where do the names come from?
Come out of a necessity, Wesley. A necessity to maintain balance in the world. They are orders that must be executed, entrusted to us so that we might forge stability out of chaos.
Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. As always, the stars in heaven and earth shall paint the malleable portrait of the future.
This dynamic, finding codes or patterns embedded in the symbolic fabric of space-time, bears comparison to the craft of weaving together synchronicities or the art of synchromysticism. The teaser trailer for the octagonal resonating Spider-Man 1 entrained with the 9/11 mega ritual. Spider-Man, with his almond-shaped gray-like alien eyes, weaves a stargate between the holiest of holies of the World Trade Galactic Center, netting a helicopter chariot of the gods. Morgan Freeman crashing his car or chariot coincident with news coverage of the most dramatic disaster in K2's history takes on dizzying depths of mystery when we note he has played God atop another Himalayan peak, Everest, next to Jim Carrey in Bruce Almighty.
Lucius Fox agrees to help the Dark Knight in one final endeavor, to head the controls of a cymatic spying machine that uses the entire population of Gotham's cell phones to render a bat-like sonar image of the entire city. This, of course, mimics the all-seeing eye motif that the architect displays to Neo in The Matrix Reloaded. Again, fiction crossing over the boundary of the eternal now, as globalist and neocon pawns such as Mr. Rockefeller have openly stated that marking and surveilling the populace is one of their primary objectives. There is an undeniably strange and phenomenal energy surrounding the death of Mr. Heath Ledger. He is portrayed as the Master of Chaos and the Jester in Batman, the Dark Carnival's champion in Casanova, Inquisitor of the Luciferian Pope in the film The Order, and most recently can be seen wearing a tattoo of the Eye of Illumination on his forehead, as he hangs from yet another noose in the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. He resonates with Galactic Center as he bears self-designed tattoos which geometrically represent the time of the crossing, as well as the opposite side of the polarity, the twin sign or Gemini, as we see the yin-yang sign on his arm in the film Two Hands, and his friendship in real life with the Olsen twins, one of which was called in for questioning in relation to his death. Heath swaps the white mask for the black mask and vice versa in the film Casanova, again welling up imagery of Stanley Kubrick's final jab in the side of the Illuminati in Eyes Wide Shut. The mask may be used to shroud one's identity, to become someone else, or to become more than a man, to become an egoless idea, one that veils your imperfections, an illusion of purification. The serpent hugs the tree of knowledge during a ceremony in the film The Ninth Gate. This galactic crossing, or the Mayan description of the serpent ropes, all point to the ushering in of a new age as we approach the ecliptic. The dragon, feathered snake, or phoenix all being aesthetic symbols of the aeonic flux we're about to encounter.
The infinite depth of no thing beyond form takes on the role of the totality or perceivable universe. This Godhead conceives of itself as individual humans. We see actors wearing masks. God wearing the mask of ego, playing at actor, pretending at masquerading. Fractals within fractals, mirrors facing each other.
The occult or hidden hand is dark in that it is mysterious to you. It is a vast chasm of knowledge withheld, given to you in slices, incomplete pieces of an ever-growing puzzle. It enrages you as a quarantining and compartmentalization of your true potential should be in no one's hands but your own. This idea, this gnosis, keeps you wanting, searching the void for the legend that ties everything together, which explains in the most precise and simplistic fashion the webbing of cosmic illumination. Ledger is forced to ask a hanging man just such a question as he is in the death throes of his final living moment, a lucid state or purgatory whence you can view the knowledge between existences. Ledger becomes a sin-eater, a pardoner of evil. Even beyond the power and reach of the Catholic Church, he gains the ability to purify even the most depraved of human souls, in effect becoming a god himself. The transfer of this immovable power takes place over a curious star-shaped geometry, where a man becomes an immortal. Within a circle of power representative of the structure and orientation of the universe, these abilities may be learned to him.
The portal to cosmic consciousness, when feared, becomes associated with dark imagery, revealing attachment to form identity. The three axes of the celestial sphere, ecliptic pole and galactic center in Sagittarius and galactic anticenter in Gemini, are considered dragon axes or poles by Jay Weidner and Vincent Bridges in The Mysteries of the Great Cross of Henday. These poles or axes form the symbolic cube of space, intimately associated with the dragon or serpent. The hexagon also veils the cube of space or sacred cuboid. These axes or poles are also the innumerable pillars echoing fractally up and down the macro and microcosm, the cosmic serpents joining our subtle bodies with the rest of the totality as all centers come into alignment. This cube being then the heavenly or as above version of the Kaaba, Ashlar, Omphalos, Ark, or 2001 monolith, or the as below divine cuboids.
Will Smith, our notorious Millennium and ET resonator, is the hanged man in I Am Legend. Smith, believing he is the last man on Earth, becomes the fisher of men, and martyrs himself in a Christ-like fashion at the end of the picture, to save mankind, no less. A soldier gets his foot stuck in the rock bed of a mountain in the film Lions for Lambs, and martyrs himself at the end of the film as well. The title of said movie makes for an interesting comparison to the catchphrase of Morgan Freeman's latest flick, Wanted, where the tagline is, "Be the wolf or the sheep." Chris O'Donnell, another Batman resonator, snares his foot in train tracks in the movie Fried Green Tomatoes and dies at a very early age. And now Mr. Ledger, who snares his foot at the end of The Dark Knight and is caught suspended upside down, is dead in waking life.
The Great Pyramid, a map of pyramidal K2, both have 8 faces, according to Ralph Ellis's book K2 Quest of the Gods. The Dome of the Rock, Freedom Tower, and Winnipeg's Legislative Building continue this significant octagonal resonance. A theme of highlighted monster heads or mouths and the related image of decapitation resonate with Galactic Center.
The symbology of the circle of power or of protection is also heavily saturated in Hollywood. Christina Ricci draws such an emblem to ward off the evil head-slicing horseman in Sleepy Hollow, and even places one such sigil underneath Johnny Depp's bed, where he discovers a weaver of fate, or spider, tying earlier 8-legged themes together. In the original Blade, Stephen Dorff positions 12 pure-blood vampires in the Circle of Power, becoming the 13th sign or Ophiuchus blood god and Daywalker at the center of this galactic configuration. Lightning charges the ancient sigils, ushering in a new evolution and genetic restructuring of the dragon-head vampire. During one of the final scenes in Wanted, the chosen son of Morgan Freeman's fraternity of assassins, James McAvoy, stands at the center of yet another magical circle. Angelina Jolie, Tomb Raider and Seeker of Pandora's Box, is marked for death with tattoos. To mark the body with sigils or tattoos before committing ritual suicide or being murdered in correspondence with sacred alignments is very common in the world of the occult. I hope you enjoyed the teamwork between the realm of Mr. Kotza of A Brave New World Order and the Blob and the land of the Psychonauts. We have so much more in store for you all.